Jealous Girl. I played that song for a particular reason tonight because our special guest is no stranger to none of us. Him and his fellas have been around us for years, and I'm happy to say that I was there when they used to have to go to bed before a show. I guess that kind of dates myself. But I played Jealous Girl because this brother, they call me a smooth talker, but this cat is one of the smoothest talkers I know that travels the world. But he's more than just that. He is the founding member of New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe. He is an entrepreneur. He's a philanthropist. He is the fashionista of Sporty Rich. He represents what it is. And he is the one and only Michael Bivins from New Edition. How you feel, my brother? Thank you for joining me tonight on the storm.
AKA Lenny Green. What up,
What's
man?
going
How
on?
are you?
What
Good,
life is
bro.
well,
Good to
brother.
see you.
I, I mean, I'm not good to see you too, Mike, but I'm not Sporty Rich. But it's good to know Sporty Rich, so that way I know I'm growing, as long as I'm
Man,
standing next to
listen,
you.
look at it this way. You got a rich voice, and that's what keeps you going in life. And we will
By
all want
God's
to be
blessing.
his government, baby. We gonna spread the love today. This remember, these is not interviews when we talk, because we text all the time. These are conversations we're having with other people listening.
No question, brother. And I'm happy to have this conversation with you tonight. I had to play that jealous girl thing, man, because you are a smooth talker. You are the cat that says, "Come, let's go get wet." You don't have to say a lot. You know what they say is not what you say, but how you say it. You say
Yeah.
just enough, Mike, to make that impact, and that's been the extra added touch to your dimensional creative level.
And let me tell you something. When we did that song, that part wasn't on the song. Maurice didn't write that, and I guess he was trying to be nice to me. And it's our first time we ever went in the recording studio. He was like, "Yo, you always over there talking behind me." He said, "I need you to go in the booth, and I need you to do some talking part." And I was like, "Well, what you want me to say?" He said, "Listen to the lyrics, and K would come to mind." And just so happened I was transitioning between girlfriends, and I just went in there, and that was me slick talking to the girl I was leaving as I was transitioning to the girl I was about to get with. So in actuality, Jealous Girl is the first part I ever freestyled in my life, and I still ain't got paid for it. But that's my
What?
part. Hey, why you so jealous? All
Oh
that when
man,
you win some, you lose some. Sweetheart, you lost this one. That was me trying to be cool. But
yes,
I
you
didn't get
were.
no writers credit on that. Yeah, that was from the
That's
heart.
crazy.
Hmm.
No, that's crazy, man. You know what? And you know what? I'm glad that, despite of the trials and tribulations you and the fellas have been through over the years, it just goes to tell you that your purpose was destined to where you are today.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
everyone wants to go from zero to 1,000, but we forget to realize the patience. We forget to realize there are dues to be paid. There are educational moments and highlights in our life that we have to learn so that when we get to the level that you have achieved today and the rest of the fellows of New Edition have achieved today, you're coasting with awareness, with intellect, and you're teaching.
well, the good thing about life and the good thing about the business is you got to let it come to you. Whatever it is, you got to let it come to you. Coasting is kind of riding the car on cruise control. You don't have to push the gas pedal, it's already at an automated speed. And for me, I've been automated most of my whole life. Only time I pick up tempo is when I need to close a deal or I need to finish something and I need to take the ball. But for the most part, I enjoy moving and just coasting. I think it keeps you level headed and it keeps you unstressed.
Brother, you have a wonderful way of staying unstressed. At least it seems that way because I know you're dealing with so many things. You're lighting so many pots and so many flames. You know, now as of the other day, as of today, your documentary is now on the All Black Network at
Yeah.
617. Mike Biv, what was the purpose, man, of you really wanting to put together this documentary?
Just releasing all of this stuff inside of me.
Yeah.
Having a conversation where people can hear how I feel, my perspective of something, and putting it to a storyline and inviting all of my friends to be a part of it, and trying to put music to it. Being my Maestro Scorsese on and my Curtis Mayfield on, and that was really it, man. And just making sure it was the truth. Never saying anything being Superman, and
Right.
understanding there's a difference between Superman and Clark Kent, and that's basically what the doc is. It has its highs, it has its lows, it has its mids, and I think that that's what makes a great story when you could take people on a roller coaster ride.
The other night, you had the opportunity to premiere it at the world famous Apollo Theater. How was it well received by everyone?
Incredible, Lenny. I was fly. Now, last night I was fly. I was on my sporty rich. I walked into Harlem like I was Dapper Dan. I wasn't playing with them. Had my Gucci hat cocked to the side and my white little short outfit. You couldn't tell me nada.
I
And then
know
I
that's
saw
right.
all these hip hop stars and fans on the curb, and I was like, "OMG!" You couldn't even ask for that type of love. For people to take time out at 6, 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night to wait for you to come see your story, to share in your
Mhm.
moment. Man, I was overwhelmed, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I
I
ain't
got
gonna
Mike
lie. That
Bivins with me tonight.
best feeling in the world.
Mike Bivins is with me tonight. Mike Bivins from Baby New Edition and BBD is with me tonight. Sporty Rich himself. I'm gonna slide into "Can You Stand the Rain," ladies. I stole that line from you, Mike. I kind of incorporated it in my Quiet Storm
Let's
show.
go get wet.
Let's go get wet,
But
especially
you
when it
got that.
rains.
Don't use no umbrella either, Lenny. Go on and get wet, man. Let that trench get wet.
This is the Quiet Storm, baby. It's soft, it's warm, it's comfortable, and it's just right because I have one of the most baddest, coolest, down to earth brothers you could ask to have a conversation with. Um, the only brother that I know, not too many people I know, that can have a custom designed car delivered to Madison Square Garden. But this brother can. His name is Mike Bivins. And you were doing it and doing it well, brother. That's a special moment that will never, ever be forgotten in your mind.
Listen, Lenny, when they gave me the keys and I seen that white baby sitting up in there, I said, Lord have mercy. I was just messing with the Burrowwood and all of the Kenwood system. It had the kid on it. Came straight from Detroit. And you know who helped
Wow.
me get the car?
No.
Sherelle's father, Robert.
No way.
Sherelle the Simple. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
cool with me on tour and he told me, yo, I'm going to get you a car. And I had a car bought from Detroit. I don't know why I didn't just buy it from Manhattan, but it was from Detroit and they delivered it. And I drove home. I said I felt like I arrived and I was the last one to get a car. Everyone else already had a car, and I just wanted to save my money up for the type of car I wanted. And I knew I wanted me to have a Benz, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be tricked out. So I waited while they were driving. I was still not driving.
Well, brother, you don't have to drive if you don't want to these days, but I know you're a humble brother. You like to get going when you need to get going. Mike Bivens is with me tonight. The doc is on the All Black Network. It's a personal doc, and I think you'll find it enlightening and informative. And like you just heard Mike Bivens just said just a little while ago, it's his story and his truth and it's what he lived through. And that's the thing that we all had a chance to understand a lot more about New Edition when the movie came out. And I trust that you were um, approving of the movie that came out on BET because it was heavily,
Yes.
extremely watched. But we didn't learn about the personal stories, and we know everyone has a personal journey. So I'm glad that you're doing this, Doc, man, and I'm looking forward to looking at it again because it is
Okay.
quite informative and it is quite insightful. And I thank you for opening it up. But here's what I didn't know: I did not know you were, aside from the gift of music and the gift of intellect, business awareness. I didn't know you had skills shooting pool. I didn't know that you
Well,
impressed Michael Jordan. I didn't know that you introduced Michael Jordan to Michael Jackson. I mean, brother,
well, I guess that's what makes the doc special. The things that people don't know, you can't
yeah,
find it on YouTube.
no,
And Lenny, I held on to those stories for years. I never wanted to just give something away when you could just put it in form in something magical. And the
right,
doc allowed me to have magical moments, man. And I'm happy that you watched it because if you didn't watch it, you wouldn't have known that to be able to ask that. So that means a lot to me that you took the time out to lock in. When we're always texting and it ain't an interview,
right,
that's just that brotherhood. So I know you still holding me down like I do you. So thank you. And those
man.
moments are the highlights of my life.
The highlight of my life was really, like I said a moment ago, Mike, when I came to watch you guys. You guys was doing the Copper or the Red Parrot or one of the show. This is early, early,
Right.
early, and
Mhm,
you guys had to take a nap before you actually did the show because the show was a late
mhm,
show in New York City, and
mhm,
then from that moment and in talking with you guys, I hate to say this, ladies and gentlemen, but I think they were either they just put on their pajamas or they were about to put on their pajamas. And we took some shots. I can't even find those pictures anymore. But then to warp speed, like years later, to the picture I sent you the other day, um,
mhm,
says a lot, man, about the growth. You know, I my first love was always singing, and I've heard, in talking to Gerald Levert over the years, they always said that, man, when you get in these groups, sometimes the inner circles or powers that be, they try to break people up. And granted, New Edition, they went through their turmoil moment for a moment. But I love the fact how everything has a purpose, everything came together. You have different divisions. When you guys collectively do a show, you can easily break off and have
mhm.
a 3 hour show. I know there has to be this coming, Mike, and I'm not saying this to for you to reveal anything or to tell me what the future is, but definitely I see a residency uh, in Vegas. There's no question. I think you guys will be the most sold out residency that Vegas will have for a long time.
Well, Lenny, that's what makes you the great. You're dead on, baby. Wait
No
for it.
way.
It's coming.
No way.
I mean, hey, if you say it, we're gonna go get it.
Go
Take
get it, man.
credit for
No, I
it.
definitely will take credit for what I little know, for sure.
Take credit for it. It's gonna come, man. It has to come.
From
It's
humble
only
beginnings, no, it is. Well, you guys put in the work, and putting in the work is something that a lot of people don't expect to do initially early on. But I was also happy to learn, man, that, when you started Biv 10 Entertainment, um, question though, Biv 10 Entertainment and what you did with Another Bad Creation as opposed to with Boys to Men, that was two separate entities, right? But Biv 10 Entertainment was associated with Motown.
Biv Entertainment was the production company Boyz II Men and ABC were a part of. Biv 10 was the record label I got after that company.
Hmm.
So they're actually two separate situations.
Are you still
Boyz II
with?
Men and ABC wasn't on Biv 10.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Hmm.
But you did your struggling moments, man, with Boys to Men just to make it happen because they didn't believe him. And look what happened. Look what's happening now.
Yeah, yeah. Just staying true to what I believed in and by any means necessary. Doing what I had to do at a young age.
Mike Bivins from New Edition and Bell Biv DeVoe is with us tonight. I'm going to hold him for just a moment and come back, but I'm going to go into give me one of your favorite songs, man. And I know all of them could be your favorites, but what's a personal favorite song of yours, whether it's
Well,
from BBD or from New Edition?
well, shoot, I like existing in. It was the closest thing to I'll be there.
Nice put, nice put. Let's slide into it. We'll come back and cap it up with Mike Biv on the Quiet Storm tonight. Baby, we're about to take it to the next level. But I thank you for locking in on the most sexiest and most comfortable space to be in. Thank you for joining me inside the Quiet Storm. Ladies, I can't put you to sleep tonight, but I am going to put you to bed. And these songs that I'm laying down for you, because we're about to drop that BBD song that I know you the ladies love so much. But I'm also happy to say that I finally got a hold of this brother. He's moving around a lot these days. He just came off of two coast to coast tours, and that's Mike Bivins of New Edition and BBD. Man, you did a lot over the last few couple of years. You traveled a lot. Everyone was excited to see you guys. I quote you guys in a few cities, and I thank you for making that happen for me. But now it's time for you guys to rest and unwind. This documentary is revealing something that's coming forth, and I believe I'm not. I don't want to speak too much ahead because we want everyone to definitely go to the All Black Network and see the documentary and see the stories that you're about to lay down and share with everyone. And by the way, the his documentary is at 617 Mike Biv, and tell everyone why it's 617 for those who don't know.
Yep, it's called The Hustler by 617 Mike Biv. And it's probably really easy, Lenny, because the area code of Boston is 617.
There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But on this documentary, man, you guys have some music.
Oh yeah,
coming forth.
we
Can
got
you
a
can,
soundtrack attached to it. Yep, and that's a whole nother monster, which would be the second half after the premiere. And first single is BBD featuring Rev Run called "Act Like You Know," and then it just grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger, man. It's incredible.
no, I know it is incredible, man, and you have a lot to put forth on it. So this is just a BBD thing, or is it a new edition thing?
No, no, it's the soundtrack to the documentary. BBD Run is just the first single.
Got it.
There's
Got it.
other artists. There's 14 records. Slick Rick, Snoop Dogg, Mobb Deep. It's everybody. Tracy Morgan. It's a well-rounded soundtrack. It's really good.
To summarize and to slightly cap up this night that we have together tonight, Mike, what would you like everyone to know upon looking at this documentary of yours?
Um, that living your truth, bet on yourself, and walk in your faith, and do it by any means necessary. Get to the finish line where you feel like you ran your race, and remember, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. That's the most
You know, we
important
never
thing. Take your time.
agreed, but you know, we never get to the next level by ourselves, and everyone is so eagerly waiting to get to the top. Can you just expound on there's a process to life, there's a process to doing things.
Well, first of all, you have to be willing to know that everybody's not going to see what you see. Sometimes you have to help people see things they can't see, and that's the real process. I'm
That's,
somebody that people didn't know and didn't understand, and maybe after this documentary, who've been knowing me for 40 years in the business may see a different side of me. And it probably took me this long to share it with them. And I'm thinking when I see people after the story, they're going to ask me different questions than they've been asking me. And that's
and
what
they
I'm
don't,
looking forward to.
what I'm looking forward to is the book. There's a book coming, man.
Yeah, I heard that, Lenny. You're killing me tonight. You're 2 for 0, baby. Must be the canary shirt, baby. There's something going on in that
Wow, really,
restaurant
really,
tonight.
Mike, you gonna hit me
You
like that
got
with the
the
canary
sun
shit?
on you, baby. You got that sun on you, son. You shining today.
Mm.
You're
Well, you know
doing it
what?
2 for 0, man. 2 for 0.
2 for 0. That
Yeah.
says a lot for you, man. You know, because I know you're all about the sport game, and
All right.
I need
no,
let's make
no,
it.
no losses.
I'll never get on a basketball court with you, never, because I can't
Yes,
play ball.
man.
No,
You'll probably just dribble and talk. You know how we do in our
brother,
Texas. We don't speak
I
that,
can't play ball, Mike. I'm one of those
huh?
brothers. I cannot play ball. Every time they
Word.
put me, word, man, I play football. I don't touch that basketball.
Well, then I don't play football. So we just gonna support each other from afar. What up,
That's
son?
what we got to do. That's what we got to
I
do.
love you, man, and
I love you,
thank you,
man. Thank you for your time. All the best and continued success. Please give my regards to the fellas and look forward to seeing you soon, brother.
Lenny. This wasn't an interview. It's just another conversation we share with other people. All right,
Mike Bivins. He
my
lays it
dude.
down the right way. My man.
All right,
This is
let's
the
go.
Quiet Storm for Real Talk.